Okay, well, obviously it's my time. Thank you for staying that late. Thank me for staying awake that late. I'm trying really hard. A smorgasbord of resources for game-based learning. So I'm coming from Austria, from Graz. Shortly, if you want to learn more, just Google me. I come first up also on the Google list. I'm not trying to sell you a project. I sold this very successfully actually to European Commission. I'm actually trying to tell you what we are doing because I believe it's useful for teachers, for educators, for industry, for all the stakeholders who we are in this teaching learning dialogue, I would say. It's very often it's monologue. When I start with my classes, it's monologue, but I'm trying to turn it through the semester into a dialogue. That's actually my starting slide for the semester. I thought actually sex sells, games sell. They actually sell. That's why I also invented or developed a role play that we are doing throughout the semester to motivate the students for learning. So if you want to learn more about how we are doing this role play for the students throughout the semester, or how you perhaps want to create a role play for your own environment, there are also resources on the smorgasbord that I'll talk shortly about. The other thing, the question today was posed by colleagues, why I'm doing this. Well, I believe that the games can motivate students, that they actually can contribute to better teaching and learning experience, to create a win-win situation, so teaching for me is also more interesting. But on the other hand, if you see the slides, also European Parliament started to believe this. They said despite all the violence and dispute on one hand around the games, on the other hand, games do have potential for learning, and they also appeal to people, to designers, to developers, and to teachers. Let's try and explore these potentials. We also had a good opportunity to invest some time into research commissioned by ISFE. Did the report for games in schools, and we actually found out that a lot of teachers would like to use games, would like to innovate in their classrooms. However, they do not really know how to do it, nor do they have resources to experiment. So there is also showing a need that we have to provide the resources to the educators, or actually to all potential stakeholders, in forms of examples, of reviews, of support, of guidelines, and so on and so on. Here are two URLs. The first one is from the Engage Learning, and the second one is from Imagine Games. Why I'm bringing those two projects up, two URLs up, is apart. On one hand, yes, I'm involved in both, but on the other hand, they're actually supporting people on different levels, the same people who want actually to integrate the games into the environments. Engage Learning is supporting practitioners. It's a bottom-up approach, and Imagine Games is actually working for you over the policymakers. That means that perhaps and hopefully soon you and we all will have enough resources in terms also of time to experiment, to integrate the games, and to innovate in our classrooms. So what is Engage? Is actually a resource portal for you. The first page, I don't know how much you can see from the slides. I don't think a lot, but at least you'll see they're color-coded. The yellows are for teachers, the red area is for students, there is the blue area for industry, and the green area for community, and I'll shortly present all of these areas, and you can then decide if this is something interesting for you or not. We are 6 project partners, as in usually in EC projects, which also means we can work on national level as well as on the EC level. The major resource interesting for teachers is actually a catalog of game reviews. Those games are not reviewed by professional reviewers, but by educators. That means in these games reviews, you also get information how people think that could be applied for classes, how, if you are a non-gamer, how long a learning curve is, what could you use. You get also a lot of screenshots and ideas. You can, of course, search the catalog by different categories of either game genres or subject topics that you teach, or actually also the age groups. For instance, you get a teaser. If a game would be interesting for you, you can of course download the entire review as a PDF format. That's available for you for no cost for everyone. It's also a possibility that you leave a reply or actually also upload your own ideas to that game or your own reviews if you are interested. There are also some toolboxes for novices in forms of dialogue to come you through the different contents, how to uptake game-based learning, what to consider, perhaps class size, technology, and so on, that usually perhaps you wouldn't even think about. And why is this now totally black? Okay. Obviously, I have a magic touch as well. Anyway, I will not bother to interact with the slides that should be here but are not appearing. There are also other things in the red area. For instance, the area for students, we are offering summer school when we are trying to put young designers, game designers, and in combination with curricular contents, similar that we heard before, we are actually trying to foster dialogue with industry, that we have people, excuse me? No, it doesn't really matter for this couple of minutes, but thank you. We are also running for young designers Golden Pineapple Awards. We are opening them international. We had them now successfully for 4 years in Austria. We try to motivate and stimulate their creativity to produce good educational game concepts. There are also other community areas where you can get involved into providing and sharing your experience with other educators, because the entire web portal is based on 2.0 technology, so you can either leave comments, you can upload your things, you can also contribute and participate in the forums. And last but not least, we also have support of industry, of game industry. There are displayed logos, you can have a look at them, and we are very grateful to all of them that they support our ideas, our cause, and hopefully also we will try and manage to create young students that believe that educational games and recreational games can actually work together and we can learn and have fun. Thank you.